Lost Word of Jenny, Tokyo Tower. 2021, directed by Hitoshi Omi and Kazuya Shiraishi. His upcoming Japanese romance comedy film was released date on April 1, 2021. Japanese illustrator, Lily Frankie as Jerry the Magical Het. His upcoming film for cameo role appearance. Also people search such as Hiroki Hasagata, Katero Yoshida, Eri Fukatsu, Pierre Taki, Jode Adagiri, Elise Ikeda, Masami Nagasada, Masaharu Fukuyama, Natsuki Kawamura, Yayako Uchida, Sasuke Komatsu and Shimun Kyung. Also featuring actors such as Kiichi Mate, Saki Ake, Kafka Shishido, Kenichi Endo, Kamarado Taguchi, Riki Takuchi, Tetsu Watanabe, George Takoro, Tokyo Yamato, Jun Murakami, Maya Mahori and Goto Utero. Which has crew such as producers Hirokazu Korida, from writers Suzuki Matsuo, and directors Hitoshi Omi and Kazuya Shiraishi. Takara Barbie differs from a Western Barbie. Takara Barbie was altered to better appeal to Japanese preferences, with a shorter height, large rounded manga-style eyes and a closed mouth. The doll's physical figure is more natural than the Western Barbie's exaggerated figure. Like her Western counterpart, Jenny wears a large variety of outfits, which often include street fashion, school uniforms, kimono, and other uniquely Japanese costumes, such as Bullet Train Stewardess Jenny. Today the Jenny doll is a sentimental favorite doll in Japan, but she is much less popular than Rika-chan, Japan's market leader fashion doll. Prior to 1986, the doll was known as Takara Barbie. In 1986 Takara ended their licensing agreement with Mattel, and, as they owned the rights over the Takara Barbie's design, came up with a new name for the doll. The explanation given for the name change was that Jenny was the name of a character Barbie portrayed in a play, also titled Jenny. The play was a success and Barbie had become so associated with her character's name that she decided to change it to Jenny. Jenny's boyfriend was renamed from Takara Ken to Jeff. Jenny is a 10-inch fashion doll produced by Japanese toy company now known as Takara Tomy since 1982. The doll was known as Takara Barbie, and in 1986 the doll was renamed Jenny, after Takara ended their licensing agreement with Mattel.
ジェニーのファッションテーマはクール。LA のファッションをベースにパンチのある要素を足してかっこよくまとめたスタイル。ヘアメイクはエクステをつけたクールなロングヘア。クールスタイル、ジェニー。
To present the Soul Train Music Award for Album of the Year by a Male, please join us in welcoming the Pointer Sisters and Mr. Rick D.
Okay, the nominees for R&B Urban Contemporary Album of the Year by Man are
Tender Love, Babyface.
Dance You Know It, Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Back on the Block, Quincy Jones.
The Best of Love, Luther Vandross.
And the winner is... Woo!
Oh, God. Good luck.
The winner is Tender Lover by Babyface.
this is amazing to me. It's funny because every time I've seen somebody come up here, I always wonder why, you know, got to remember who you got to think and stuff like that. And Bobby, right now, I understand. Who do I thank? First of all, I'd like to thank God for everything. I'd like to thank God for my mother. And, wow, I'm like blinking out up here. I'd like to thank my partner, L.A., because and I'd like to thank the record company, Solar Records. I'd like to thank Dick Griffey for believing in me and L.A. in the beginning. I'd like to thank, help me out, L.A. I'm just at a loss. Let me just thank everybody in this world, okay? Thank you.
For the Cool in You is a song co-written, co-produced and performed by American contemporary R&B singer Babyface. It is the opening track in his third studio album of the same name and was issued as the album's first single. The song peaked at number 81 in the Billboard Hot 100 in 1993. In 1994, For the Cool in You was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best R&B Vocal Performance, Male, but lost to a song, For You, by Ray Charles. Former NBA player and jazz musician Wayman Tisdale covered the song titled Jazz in You, which appeared in his 1995 debut album Power Forward. It was heard in a Family Matters episode titled Drivercle and Mr. Cool. White was overweight for most of his adult life and suffered from related health problems. In October 1995, White was admitted to a hospital as a result of high blood pressure. In August 1999, White was forced to cancel a month's worth of tour dates owing to exhaustion, high blood pressure and a hectic schedule. In September 2002, White was hospitalized with kidney failure attributed to chronic diabetes mellitus and high blood pressure. While undergoing dialysis and awaiting a kidney transplant in May 2003, White suffered a severe stroke, which forced him to retire from public life. In July 4, 2003, White died at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles at the age of 58. His remains were cremated, and the ashes were scattered in the ocean off the Californian coast. Tisdale died in May 15, 2009, at St. John Medical Center in Tulsa, where his wife had taken him when he had trouble breathing. She later confirmed that he died after his esophagus ruptured following radiation treatments for his cancer. Tisdale's agent described his death as a great shock and noted that Tisdale had been planning to go into the recording studio the following week for a project with jazz guitarist Norman Brown. In 2003, Charles had successful hip replacement surgery and was planning to go back on tour until he began suffering from other ailments. He died at his home in Beverly Hills, California of complications resulting from liver failure, in June 10, 2004, at the age of 73. His funeral took place on June 18, 2004, at the First African Methodist Episcopal Church of Los Angeles, with numerous musical figures in attendance. B.B. King, Glenn Campbell, Stevie Wonder and Wynton Marsalis each played a tribute at the funeral. He was interred in the Inglewood Park Cemetery. This movie was brought to you by Tahoe Company, Limited.